Welcome to another episode of our adventure to a geological paradise. It was early afternoon of late May of 2025 when I turned off Highway 89, drawn not by maps or brochures, but by a rumor, a ghost town cradled in Rainbow Hills. The dirt road clawed its way past hoodoos and sandstone waves, dusty and stubborn. Along the way, we found a fenced cemetery. As we drove that dirt road, we saw hills made of bentonite clay, which was made of volcanic ashes. They are like so alien planet. I parked where the trail faded, under the big tree by the river, and found a small SUV parked there. I stepped out of our Jeep. There is an old couple were there. He flying a drone, and he said he tried to find the Paria Townsite but ran out of battery. We walked down the Paria River into the hush of Paria. We climbed up the banks, the other side of the river, a glimpse of ruins of old stone buildings in the distance. Nothing moved. The town was barely there, just fragments. A stone outline of a cabin, fence posts worn to stubs, and some concrete structures that seemed to exhale time. I wandered slowly, feeling like I'd walked into someone else's dream. The wind carried no voices, but the land itself murmured a question. Why here? Why would anyone try to make a life on this flood-prone stretch of clay and rock? Here in the heart of Utah's canyon country, the soil is deceptive. Beneath beauty lies fragility. Mormon pioneers had carved homes along the Paria River in the 1870s, fueled by belief, grit, and the lure of fertile ground. They endured seasons of abundance, then years of ruin. Floods came not just with water but with finality. Fields vanished. Homes drowned. Even a later gold rush couldn't outpace nature's refusal. It wasn't laziness or poor planning. It was hope outmatched by geology. What stunned me most wasn't the failure. It was the perseverance. Some stayed long after logic said go. One family settled in 1865 and town was settled in 1870. A lone soul stayed until 1929. That kind of endurance doesn't belong to pragmatism. It belongs to spirit. As I stood by the graves, I thought of the word Paria, named for a river that gave and took. It echoed the paradox of the pioneer ethos. Bold enough to build, stubborn enough to stay, but tender enough to mourn when the dream dissolved. Hollywood later came and played dress-up, shootouts, saloons, spurs. But the real drama was this stone foundations trying to hold against time and earth. By the time sun scorching mid-afternoon, heat surround us made us hard to breath. I jotted down with my sweaty hands my thoughts into my notebook. Nothing finished. Just fragments like Paria itself. This place wasn't abandoned, it was witnessed. And I, a stranger, left carrying a piece of its story.